Hey guys, how's it going? Caprain here. Today I want to introduce to you guys Art of Conquest. This is going to be a sponsored video, but keep in mind, and as you will see, I have been playing this game for like a month. The moment I got an email to, kind of pitch the deal and see the game, I looked into it and I was immediately hooked. You know, for me, I'm kind of like an old school gamer and I played a lot of those browser-based, like text-based hour turn games that had like an insane amount of strategy in like the 90s and 2000s. This has that as a core, but it really expands it and really brings it up to modern gameplay standards with actual gameplay, and it retains a lot of that strategy and that teamwork that was really important back in those days. I feel like it's just a wonderful recreation of a game, several games that I played from my childhood, and I really think it's worth a try. So this is the game here. I want to highlight the account that I have had for about a month now. Actually, we can check on Patreon. I have been playing for 27 days just on my own. Didn't have to play it, but I have been. My character, or my account here, is level 22. I'm ready to get a level 23 castle. To build a level 23 castle takes like 3 days and 72,000 wood. So it gets pretty crazy out there. This is a free-to-play game, but I really recommend that you guys sign up for Patreon. You can play for free, but if you don't sign up for Patreon, it can be tricky, particularly at the start. If you get Patreon, you get 100 denarii, which is kind of like the currency for the game. You can get like chests, and sometimes the bundles cost this currency rather than money. Sometimes they cost like gold actually, so it's really important to check bundles on cooldown. They refresh every 4 hours. You basically get to have a slightly larger army, but the main thing here is you get free rush within 10 minutes. So, obviously when you're dealing with like a level 22, 23 castle, taking 3 days to build things, 10 minutes doesn't matter at all, right? So, if you have an account that you've played for like a month, maybe having Patreon isn't that big of a deal, but when you start up, in the first like few hours of the game, it really helps you really experience and progress as you should in the game. So just keep that in mind. The game highlights an insane amount of strategy. There's tons of different buildings and there are multiple races in the game. Right now they have Dwarf available, they have Lich available, they have their own units. You can like switch between them, pick up a few units, but one thing that does not carry over is like the upgrades for the units, and these can be really pricey. So like, getting another point in HP on my archers is a lot of, actually, what is this called? I think it's called Elixir now. They recently changed this. They're constantly making a lot of changes to the game, so my advice might not be too relevant if you watch this video a few months down the line, but there are a lot of interesting concepts in the game that you need to understand if you're going to be successful. So actually, let's start off with the heroes. I have a lot of heroes on this account because hero acquisition has changed over the month that I've played, and because of that, I've gotten lucky and kept up with it and picked up a few extra that most people don't. I think there's 18 heroes right now in the game. Each one features its ability to use its own set of items. So items give you stats. There's like might, magic, stamina, command. Command is going to affect the number of units you can have as a whole. So it's kind of like not an active stat, but it can be if one of your skills is affected by it. So you have basically the 7-point skills. You get 5 of them. And then when you're level 10, you get the 3-point skill, which costs more and more as you level up. Now, there are some skills that use the command stat. For instance, I think with Grimm's, if we take a look at his smoke bomb, the chance to avoid while your units are in the smoke bomb is affected by your command. So there you go. There are some active command things, but generally the other stats are more practical to pushing out strength on the field with your heroes. So you get the heroes. Each hero allows you to have 2 squads on the board, and a few others can manipulate that a little bit, particularly Avalon. He, with Natural Leader, allows you to deploy 1 additional troop, and that can be a really big deal. When you first start the game, you're given the choice between picking Rufio, Avalon, and, well, I don't have it. It's like a Freeze Mage. The Freeze Mage is particularly powerful in the late game. Rufio is very powerful in the early game, and he kind of falls off because he's not able to tank the high damage in like level 20 plus. And Avalon, he's just kind of good through and through, is my experience. Now, they've obviously balanced the game and done a lot of stuff over the last few weeks that I've played, so this might not necessarily be true in the future. And if you really, really want to take it seriously, maybe you want to check up on this before you get into it. But I do, even though I picked Rufio as my starting character, I do recommend you pick Avalon, because you get one of the other 2 that you don't pick. And when you pick Rufio, you almost always get Avalon as your secondary character. But if you pick Avalon, you almost always get the Freeze Mage as your secondary character. And well, you might not be quite as good in the first couple, maybe the first 4 or 5 levels on your adventures. After that, I think the Freeze Mage is going to do a lot more for your castle and kingdom and battles and all that. So as I mentioned, there are like unit caps. Basically, this is the bronze cap, and the silver cap is 1/3 of that, and the gold cap is 5% of your bronze cap. So if we take a look at any like unit structure here, maybe I can highlight one that I have all 3 units. Okay, so actually let's take a simple one. Archers. You know, one of the first few units you acquire playing Art of Conquest. The bronze ones, they do a certain amount of damage. The silver ones do about double that damage, and the gold ones do about quadruple that damage. And the scaling varies per unit and has different scalings per level and different upgrades. So, you know, there's a little bit of wiggle room on that. But the idea is that because you have a limited number of squads on the field at any given time, you want to have the high value units, but the high value units cost a lot of crystals. And the main late game strategy in the game has to do with not conflicting crystal costs, and that's when really the gameplay experience starts to take over. So archers take the purple crystals and priestesses take the purple crystals. So you're going to have a really difficult time having high levels of both of those units. Similarly, the knights, the lancers, they take the red rubies, and the siege weapons also take the red rubies. So, you know, siege can be pretty important. The cavalry is very important, but you will generally have to make tough decisions. There's no straightforward strategy. You're always kind of at a struggle, and, you know, that might seem like a bad thing, but in my opinion, that is what makes great games. It's choosing between 2 very difficult choices that you both need. And having to make those tough decisions really gives you that uniqueness in your build and your setup. So, yeah, you can't have too many gold units, but you can, as you progress through the game, can have a lot of silver units, and that's generally what you're using. I want to highlight just a quick battle here. Let's go to Ruins of Mosin here. So we'll just do this one. Now, I'm just going to use a quick example of this. I'm not actually going to do the fight. So let's say I want to put this hero there. It allows me to have 2 more squads, so I can put the archers here. Generally, the cavalry runs really fast behind it. I like to have a spider, but the spider raises the troop requirement to 3, so I need another guy. Let's play Avalon. Avalon gives me 3 there. Let's defend the spider and the archers because the cavalry is going to run through with another set of pikemen. You can see the total power is over my opponent. You generally want to have overpower because of morale. So if you're winning a fight, your units in some cases will like be enraged, and if you're losing a fight, some units might run away. They won't even fight. It's as if your opponent's getting free kills. So having the overall higher power is a really big deal. That changes a lot when you're playing against players, but when you're playing against just PvE encounters, the higher number does matter a lot. All right, let's use Alana there, and we can have one more troop. I don't know, what should we go? Let's go with a catapult. Why not? So, you know, we click fight. We can use some of these abilities here. So I have Avalon's Focus Fire and Arrow Volley. I'm generally pretty light on abilities, mostly picked passives on this account, but that's because they recently redid the way characters work and build up. So you can see there, I'm doing pretty well. My guys are killing their guys, but let's just pretend that, oh, things are going real badly and I'm going to die, and oh no, I'm going to lose my guys, and I don't want to lose my guys. I could actually, during the battle, but actually it's going to finish right here. So even at the end of the battle, even if I won decisively, if I happen to lose a critical unit, in fact, I didn't lose any, I only had injured units because I'm fighting on my faction's territory. I can't actually lose units unless they're mechs or undead. But basically, if I wanted to redo this battle, if I think I could do better, it literally just resets. So you can try any battle except for PvP encounters as many times as you want with no penalty. And that's where you really start becoming good at the game and understanding the depth of the game. Generally, the way that you develop wealth and continue your account is, yes, there's a lot of wild packs, and on this account I've cleared basically all of them. These are just like early game respawns. This is like nothing, so the power on that one is like 300. It's nothing. I'm not going to bother showing you kill on that. Generally, these points of interests, there's two types. There's the Ruins of Mosin that I showed you guys there. That's kind of like a group of mobs, abandoned temples, that kind of stuff. And there's also resource pools. So in this case, there's a lumber mill. So I can deliver the lumber to my home base here, and it delivers 3,000 lumber, and it resets in 6 hours. These have different reset timers, and it's important to keep up with them if you really want to min-max what you're doing with your castle. And the reason it's very important to basically fight for your faction, so I'm playing the green faction, I'm playing Hyrule faction on this server. There are different advantages to the different factions, but generally it's not much. I've seen that the yellow faction typically does very well. On this server, Hyrule, the green faction, is actually not particularly strong. But you can see that I have all these points of interest showing up only in the green territory, which is the territory owned by my kingdom. So by owning the territory, you basically have access to these points of interest that reset and give you very good rewards every like 6 to 12 hours that you play. So it can be very good, and that's when the team play comes in. The team play in the game is really, really quite something. Now, I'm not going to show you guys like a siege or anything in this video. You guys can experience that if you wish. So the guild that I'm in took over Cross, and Cross can be seen here on the map. So because we have Cross, we have access to, I believe, this and that point of interest. And you can see that I can move here. I can put my castle here rather than the starting location in Hyrule. In Hyrule, you are protected from attacks, but when you attack, you can't pillage resources. So when you move, for instance, Olmed Bowl here, he doesn't have many troops on defense. He has pretty weak walls, and he has sizable resource pool that if people attacked him, could steal from him. But because he's in this position, he can essentially steal from others. So, you know, you can put money into this game and you can certainly get a lot of rewards that way, but a lot of people have a lot of success playing this game through just attacking very strategically and playing effectively as a team. And when you are in like a castle outside of your home base, you can defend one another. I don't know if any of these are defended. If they're defended, they would have like a green troop count here. Looks like none of the defend, but you can cross defend, you can share defend, you can loan troops. There's a ton of teamwork in this game. There's a ton of strategy. You know, I've been explaining strategy for like 15 minutes here, and I've hardly scratched the surface, you know? So I think if you guys enjoyed a lot of the strategy time-based games, you know, many years back, and you want to explore the very good modern versions of those, this game might be it. I see myself playing this game for quite some time. I've really been very addicted to this game for, you know, the last few weeks that I've played it, and right now I'm playing on server 17. And change realm here. Server 17 Tiamat. I'm playing on, I don't know, the yellow faction. It's here, Neferok. I'm playing Neferok. So, yep. Good stuff. If you want to join me, you can head over to that server, but, you know, if you're playing like a month after the launch of this video, there's going to be a new server. You should play for you. It's a wonderful game. I wish you guys check it out, and you should get the most out of it that you can. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. I am playing on, this is a mobile game, of course. I have my links, my referral links for iOS and Android in the description below, but I generally play all these games on computer. I'm playing it on Nox emulator. There's a link for that as well if you're interested. So check it out, guys. You guys are gonna love it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I think I can take these bosses with not too much in terms of losses. He has the same Chimera thing where he walks over people and they all just fall over. Where's my... I didn't save the formation. Alright, let's do it from scratch. He's gonna aggro the tank perma dies. Oh, I can't use the tank here. He's gonna aggro some other, like, stupid range unit. We'll have to mess with the fight a little bit to see what he aggroes, honestly. On the sides, arrows will take care of one. Actually, yeah, arrows will take care of one. So I need just something to take care of the other one. What takes care of those easily? I think these guys. Just boom. Okay. So we need Avalon here-ish. He's gonna go for some kind of ranged unit. Those will be the sacrificial ones. And that's the follow-up boy. We want to flank with those. I think unlike every other fight, we actually want melee in the back. Maybe not so back here. I think I can get some more archers someplace, because it is a mercenary. Oh, he's gonna nuke it. I don't know, I don't need those. He's just gonna nuke it on impact. Yeah, but he has to be there. Let me create a little bit more space. Okay. I think we'll put some archers in the very back. I kinda gotta do it here. Otherwise it's not gonna fit. What? Oh. Sure. He's only useful for his ultimate, so I don't care about him. It's fine there. Yeah, he's gonna aggro one of these dinky ass troops. Alright, looks fine to me. We are gonna have some losses here. Okay, well they took a hit. Okay, hold on. I just need to pause here. I don't know what to do. I need to arrow this. Okay. Can I hit him? No, he's too far. Well, should I? That's a good position, honestly. Those are dead already. I didn't realize I could move around with that. This is a multi-phase fight. That's gonna come in very handy. I'm gonna group heal. Is it working out? No, it's not. I have to leap. Just got a mana barrier and we should be good. Just don't know if I can get it up in time. Oh god. Alright. I think that'll work. No, we didn't get it up in time. Oh, yeah we did. Yeah we did. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Alright, let's see the losses. Lost the priest. Oh, I lost the gunman. Scorpions don't matter. I lost 2 gunmen. They're gonna get outclassed pretty soon, I think. I think I'll take it. Get lots of rewards here. 6,000 gold, 6,000 mana, 120 mithril. Oh, orange's attack. Yeah. Arrows again.